It's a very bright and sunny day right here at the Semanhyia Learning and Development Farm in home in the eastern region of Ghana. Permit me to officially introduce the word Research, Learning and Development Farm into our name today, because guess what? This year we embarked on one of the biggest and most ambitious projects we have ever embarked on as a learning or a research farm. And I'm talking about artificial insemination. Yes, I know a lot of you get scared when you approach us for the exotic breeds and you get to know the cost or the prices, and then you're like, But today, with this update I'm coming to give you on how far we have gone with artificial insemination. See, now when you approach us to ask of the prices, you wouldn't say, you would say, yeah, I want to know more. Let's take it from there. To my people who are just joining us for the first time, this is Farming in Africa. We love agriculture and the livestock industry. So, welcome once again. Kindly, by all means, subscribe to this channel because you're going to learn a lot. And guess what? We are available on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We exist to educate, to inspire, and to train all manner of farmers, both aspiring ones and experienced ones. About the update and this very ambitious project we have embarked on as a farm, of course, I won't be here alone. I am here with my boss, Fred, the livestock man himself. Let's go ask him, how far along are we with this project? Let's go. I'm here with the livestock man himself, Fred. He has spearheaded this very ambitious project Semanhyia Farms has embarked on. So let's go get more details from him. And as always, if you have any inquiries on your mind, any questions concerning this particular topic, as always, put it under the comment section. And in our next video, okay, we will do due diligence and bring you all of the answers. Look at him. Hi, Fred.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How old is your baby? Looking so fine.
I don't know, like less than 2 months.
Yeah, because this is what, the lactating
This
pen.
is the lactating pen.
So it's not been weaned yet?
No.
Jeez.
Still drinking breast milk. It's a baby.
This is a baby, huh?
Yes.
It's even good. It's even good I'm starting my interaction with you on this note because it reminds me of a mature West African dwarf.
Definitely.
Yes. But anyway, Fred, I am here to get some more details on a very ambitious project you have spearheaded the entire Semanhyia Farms on.
Yes.
And I'm talking about artificial insemination. Myself and my audience are going to get educated by you this afternoon. And I would start first of all with one of the commonest questions we get, which I want to believe probably inspired you to even embark on this project. When we talk about these beautiful exotic breeds, a lot of inquiries come in. But once the people hear the cost or the price, they go, let me go rethink, regroup, and come back again.
Yeah.
I hope this baby won't interrupt my video. So Fred, I want to first ask, is it the price of these guys that's triggered something in you to embark on this artificial insemination project?
Yes, the price is a key factor because we're looking at scalability. We're looking at just not we becoming the only ones who have these goats, but we're looking at how can every farmer get access to some of these goats.
Yes.
And definitely the price is an issue because we have to import them from outside the country and bring them here.
Yeah.
So I guess the question then became, how do we get these goats in the hands of every goat farmer?
The average ordinary Ghanaian farmer.
Exactly.
And even beyond.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So
okay.
so that is really what spiked the innovation of artificial insemination.
I see. Is artificial insemination common in our part of the world?
Not really. I mean, in Ghana, we've heard that people can do it, but we haven't practically seen anyone actually.
Or its results
yes,
or evidence?
yes, successfully done it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a problem. So for us to even do it, we were looking for doctors who could help us, but none of them sort of came through. You know, even though you hear, oh, this professor knows how to do it.
Yeah.
But then when you follow up, it's like, you know, tomorrow, and so we have to go learn the technology ourselves in order to come do it here.
I see. So let me take you a bit back to earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I'm asking this question again because the prices have always been there.
Yeah.
You didn't think of going into artificial insemination 2 years ago when you started introducing these breeds into West Africa.
Yeah.
So why this time? Or why this year?
I think it was always part of the plan. Even when we were in Brekum, it was part of the plan. That's why we started bringing in the local goats.
Okay.
And also, it's just the unfairness of, you know, how a local goat farmer here sells his goat at $150, and then the same goat farmer in South Africa or in Belgium or Holland is selling their goats at high as like $10,000.
Same efforts are being put into
Exactly.
the rearing of these animals.
So how do we make sure that our farmers also get value for their time and what they do?
I see. So before I even ask you at what specific time this year you practically embarked on the project, please, to my audience, somebody probably doesn't even know what artificial insemination means. And I keep saying AI. It is not artificial intelligence. We are the farm and we are talking of artificial insemination. Yeah. First of all, give me a brief explanation to the layman what artificial insemination is. Then I would ask you the further questions.
Yeah, so I think the word artificial gives you some sense of what it is. Okay. So it's part of a breeding process where, you know, we have the natural breeding process where you mount a male to a female and then the natural thing happens. Yes. The artificial is another process where now there is a human involvement in getting a goat pregnant. Okay. So the human involvement is a skill set where you now have to tap a semen from a male and then personally put it into another female. Okay. So that's a skill set you need to be able to do that. So once you do that and that female becomes pregnant, that means that there's a human intervention in the pregnancy. Yes. You know, so
intervention, yes.
Exactly. So then that's what the artificial insemination means. So it's like artificially or humanly intervening in the process of conceiving a baby.
Cool. Now you've just turned my mind to IVF in humans, but I don't think it's the exact same process. It's the human intervention you mentioned that brought that up. Yeah. So now that you've explained in basic terms what AI, in this case artificial insemination is, when exactly did Semanhyia Farms start to embark on this project?
Yeah. So I think the whole idea started last year where we got to a certain level. We were like, okay, this is the time. Yeah. We tried naturally mating the male of a Boer goat with a West African Dwarf, and then it did not work. So
wait. How much was that Boer weighing, Fred?
I think that Boer was weighing about maybe almost 100 kg.
When I tell you people this is an experimental farm, this is a classic example. So Fred was experimenting with mounting a close to 100 kg male Boer with what weight of our female?
I mean, they were all in one pen, but on averagely maybe about 22 kg.
You even let's say 30, Fred.
Yeah.
What became of the female afterwards? Can you paint a vivid picture for me?
There's no vivid picture, Nadia. We came the next day and the female was down, like, you know, couldn't move. So yeah, and then a few days it died. So
no, it actually died.
Yes, it died. So we had to make you know, that's when we started exploring the human intervention part of it.
Wow, no, this is actually not funny. It cost you a whole animal to embark on this experiment. Of
course, yeah. If you don't learn the don'ts, how do you prevent them? So we learn our don'ts, and now we have been able to. Ouch!
Oh, welcome to the life of a farmer. No, now it's soiling your
And look at how dirty you are. You went out there now.
No, but anyway, it's all part of it. We are the farmer. Welcome to the life of a farmer. But Fred, that is really eye-opening. For it to even result in death, that's like, wow, it's not even possible. That weight variation was too much. So then your takeaway from that incident was what?
So we need to find a different way of making that crust, right? So that's when we started looking into artificially how we can inseminate them. Yes, so that's basically when it started. So the idea came last year, and then we had to go look for maybe much bigger West African dwarfs and bring them in. But don't forget, once you bring these West African dwarfs in, because they have been randomly roaming, most of them they already crossed. So when you bring them, even though they don't have big stomach, they are early stage of their pregnancy. So you have to keep that animal for like 3 months, 2 months to be able to know whether they are pregnant or not. So after that, so some of the animals, the animals we actually did here, when we got them, they were pregnant. So we had to wait for them to give birth.
Give birth?
So they give birth in, I think in January or so.
Okay.
And then in January, February, March, we wean their kids. So once we wean the kids, then we started putting them on a proper feed. So feed here, if you're going to do artificial insemination, is key.
Please repeat that, because I know a lot of people are going to take up this ambitious project. So please repeat that into the camera for me.
You know, just like human beings, even when you're thinking about getting pregnant, you know, you prepare your body, you prepare yourself. And I think it's the same thing with animals. So if you're going to put them on artificial insemination, even breeding in general, the natural breeding, if you want to get big, strong kids, you need to make sure that you've put your females on a good nutrition program so that they can build themselves before they are either naturally crossed or artificially inseminated.
And I've actually heard you say in one of the webinars we've been, you know, organizing, that if an animal is starved, and I'm talking of a female animal, the possibility that it would take up pregnancy, it would conceive, is very low.
It won't naturally come on heat.
It won't even come on heat?
Yes.
I think this crosses into the human world too. If you're hungry, you won't be thinking of... No, but you're telling me it won't even come on heat?
It won't even come on heat. Like a very malnutritious animal will not even come on heat. So most people will complain and say, my animal is not getting pregnant, but it's with a male. But if the animal is not healthy, it's not nutritious, it won't come on heat.
So then this whole program, am I right to say a huge percentage of its success depends on nutrition?
Part of it, nutrition, health. Yes, and then now we are also, you know, going to learn more about their weight, at what weight can they actually give birth or not, at what age. So there's a lot.
So that brings me to my next question, because I started this video by telling my audience that we have already embarked on this very ambitious goal, and so we are coming to you to seek updates, and then you also take us through the journey. Now you have taken us through stage 1, in fact the pre and the during. Now we have embarked on it. Practically, what signs have you seen from the animals you have, first of all, successfully inseminated the semen into?
So I think, so in terms of the process, we got to, I think, you know, putting them on a good feed for the first month. Once that is done, then it's either you let them naturally come on heat, or you can also inject for them to come on heat.
What did we do for ours?
So we inject for them to come on heat. So because if you're doing in a group, you want all of them to come on heat at the same time. So that you use an injection and they will all come on heat. So once they come on heat, you even actually have to take a male there to test if the heat is real. Because you are counting days, but if you take a meal, then the way the meal will react will tell you that yes, it actually worked. So once we know that that female is on heat, now we go ahead and now we bring the kind of meal that we want. So there are so many meals that we could use. So we'll pick the one that has the genetic or features that we want, and then we'll tap that male's semen. So here we use fresh semen. You can either use fresh or frozen semen. Because we have the males here and we like the males we have here, we use fresh semen.
So you just tap freshly?
We just tap freshly.
No, you did that to Fred. Don't start. I'm in a very serious production right now. When you tap fresh semen, Fred, you should be made privy to all of this. When you tap fresh semen, before you even continue, how long does it last before it loses its viability?
I think it can last about 3 days if you store it well in
if you don't store and you tap it freshly. I'm told not even 24 hours.
Even freshly, you need to like keep it in the dark, not expose it to sunlight. The more sunlight you expose it to, the more the cells are going to die. So you have to keep it nicely, and then, you know, in a matter of hours, you can just go ahead and do your...
All right. So here we tapped it freshly, and almost at the same time or immediately we inseminated.
Yes, because we know that the goat was on heat that moment. So
what happens after the insemination itself?
Yeah.
Because I know that's not the end of the artificial insemination.
yeah,
Yes.
I think after the insemination now, you just need to confirm the pregnancy.
How long does that take? To confirm?
Depend on what you're using to confirm. So here, you know, we do ultrasound.
Okay.
So we do it around maybe 2 months to confirm.
So after I've inseminated it,
Yeah.
I now have to leave it alone.
Yes.
And come back 2 months later
Yes.
to do this test.
Yes.
That's a lot of sitting on edge.
Yes.
Like, did they work? Did they not work?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you're learning. You have to put in the time.
Yes,
But then you also
yes.
trust in your technician that, okay, it worked. Because if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
then you're wasting a lot of time. So you can go the whole year and you didn't get any baby from these goats.
Ooh.
Right.
So now let me fast forward to 2 months' time.
Yeah.
You've done the test. Or in our case, first of all, how many West African females did you start this project with here at the farm?
So we've done 2 so far. We are,
Two?
yes, 2. Only
Okay.
2 so far.
Okay.
So we are now preparing the other West African dwarfs.
Ooh.
Hope in December to do another set of group.
I see.
Yes.
So after 2 months, you came to test the 2
Yeah.
and you realized, oh, hooray, it was successful.
Yeah.
Now, in the course of their pregnancy or gestation period, what different things did you do? Because I mean, it's a farm. You've handled pregnant mamas several times.
Yeah.
But these 2, what different things did you do considering the kind of exotic baby they are carrying and all of that?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things you look out for.
I'm
so,
listening, sir.
You know, nutrition is always key. You
Yes.
want to make sure they are getting, because a big baby is forming inside them.
Yeah.
Only God knows how big they are,
Yes.
if they can carry them. So we're looking at giving them quite a very nutritious food. So
Wow.
in this process, we actually took them and added them to our winning kits. So they were feeding the same feed that we're giving to the winning kids to grow faster.
That feed is richer.
Exactly. So that's the same feed we'll give to them as well.
Okay,
So
okay.
that, it was the huge part of it. Then secondly, you know, the West African dwarfs are very small eggs. So
Yes,
we're also looking
yes,
into
yes.
calcium a lot.
Yes,
so
that's true.
making sure that their bones become stronger. Right. So
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
calcium was another thing that we were really focusing on.
How often were you giving them the calcium, if I may ask?
So it depends. It's either you do it through your feed or through injection.
Okay.
Right. But mostly we were doing through the feed.
Okay.
It was only closer to, I think, a month before delivery. That's when we
Okay.
went into injection.
Wow,
Yeah.
so rich feed. You've mentioned calcium because they need to strengthen their bones to carry the exotic babies. And is there any other thing you want to touch on?
I think stress, you know, especially when they are 1 month into it, you want to separate them from the rest of your goats so that they are not stressed, because what is going on is unusual to them. It's bigger, it's uncomfortable, so
Yeah,
you want to
new
separate them.
introduction into them.
Exactly. So I think separating them and making sure you're not moving them within that 1 month,
Yeah.
and you can really pay attention to them. I think it's
There is a question that has come to mind about behavioral changes you might have observed for that entire 5-month gestation period. Did you notice their behavioral changes? Were there any differences between how they were carrying their pregnancies as compared to how other local goats have carried their pregnancies?
not really.
They were not extra sluggish.
No, it's just their belly that was bigger. So
Their
one of
belly
them
was
had
bigger.
one very big stomach.
Wow.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am really enjoying myself with this education Fred is graciously given. And I feel like he's literally walking us step by step through the artificial insemination process that he's embarked on right here at the farm. So if you are following him, it's very easy to understand, because guess what? He's literally spitting out these truths based on the experiences he has had right here at the farm. So Fred, I feel like now we are tapering to the end of the whole program. And I don't know how you would want to end it for us, because I know it's still an experimental phase we are in. And how would you want to end this particular discussion? Because now the pregnancy is really progressing.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling? For me, when I listen or when I come and I see them, I feel nervous. Forgive me, but I feel very nervous. I'm on edge waiting to see what would happen.
I think that's the thing with this. You know, it takes time. If the goat is not pregnant at all, then you have at least 6 months of waiting time to see if it's going to work or not.
Okay.
In our case now, we're expecting our babies any moment in November. So we're looking at about 20-something November. And to be precise, actually 21st. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see what's going to happen. Once it's successful, we'll be able to share the good news with all of you. And just like you know, here we don't hide anything. So we'll let you guys know if it's successful or not. And if it is, how you can, you know, get your hands on some, or how we are going to go by it. But so far, we are all in that limbo system where we are waiting. So be patient with us. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'm sure in the next few weeks, we'll be hearing some news, whether good or bad, and we'll share all of them with you.
My anxiety is becoming very transparent right now, and I'm not interested in that. Fred has said it all. For me, this is what I'll do. Fingers are really, really tightly crossed, because we are waiting to get the results, and believe you me, when we get the results, you people won't hear the end of it. That's why you need to subscribe to all of our channels across all social media platforms, just like Fred has said, so that when we bring you the updates, you would be the first to get this. We love you and see you in another video. Thank you.